Hey, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario. So I got an email from a subscriber, and the subscriber sent a donation. So thanks for your donation. And remember, if you want to guarantee that your question will be answered, make sure you click that link below and send a donation. So this question is a little bit long, but I'm going to go through all of it so we get all the details, and then I'm going to give my advice at the end. So this one says, hey, Mr. Locario, happy holidays. Hope you're doing well. Wanted to tell you you are an effective relationship coach and appreciate all that you have taught me in the past. I would just like your closing statement on my ongoing exchange with my friend John. Can't believe it's been a year and a half since I last wrote you. Suffice it to say, over the course of almost 2 years, my relationship with John has gone in many different directions. We settled into a relationship where he was packed up and ready to travel to Queens from New Jersey every single Friday night for months and months. It was like clockwork, spending weekends together and sharing amazing times together. Based on my previous relationships, they all evolved into something solid, a commitment where the love was spoken and as well as unspoken. Although John and I had good times, there was a part of me that never felt his heart. Yes, he gave me all his free time every weekend. It was like a routine, but he started to make love with me and then turn to the wall and sleep alone. I'm a very affectionate person, but everyone knows a woman can gauge a man's feelings for her after sex. If he is affectionate, speaks to her in a loving way, it's almost therapeutic in nature, at least for me. I need that connection to continue for a few minutes afterwards. Sometimes you exchange some of your deepest thoughts during that time. With John, I learned he is not capable of this type of expression. I would stay awake practically all night mulling over this, feeling abandoned, disconnected, unloved, empty. This is just how I am wired. So we can chalk it up to the fact that we probably are just very different types of people with two sets of needs. I started to verbalize my unhappiness. I felt I should be able to talk about my needs, my wants, my desires, and believe that if he really loved me, he would be interested. I received angry responses, coldness, and I never felt like he was there for me. So we would reach this point and break up. Over the course of the past year and a half, I broke up with him 5 times. I would text him about how I felt, but received very little in return. He was not into discussing. I don't even think he ever really read my thousands of words. Then, when the coast was clear and he felt that my emotions were under control, he would text hi or I miss you. He asked to meet me in Jersey last spring to talk. He sat me down in his car and said, I realize now that you treat me so good, I want to be in a relationship with you. I want to work on this. I was ecstatic. We talked about cohabitating and perhaps one day moving to Florida. About 3 months went by, and one day he was showing me a YouTube video. I accidentally pressed the button on his phone that showed you the open window on the phone. There it was, crush dating. I was crushed. Not only was the website open, there was a listing of many people whom he was communicating. Instead of saying something, I went to the bathroom and cried, left things unsaid, but I knew the truth about my suspicions. So that day, I was not in a great mood. Obviously, he was acting mean and decided to criticize me for something, and we ended up in a fight, not a rip-roaring fight, as most of our disagreements were civil, and we tried to resolve differences. Never got loud or heated. He picked himself up, got his things, and stormed out of my house. My inner radar was screaming to me that there was someone else. He perhaps needed an excuse to break up, to pursue other avenues. That was November 20th, 2018. That was the last time that John and I were physical, last time I really spent time with him. Not sure where or what he did after that, but he continued to text me regularly to say hi. I, in return, used that platform to express my unhappiness and told him exactly how I feel. After a while, I just couldn't do it anymore, so I stopped communicating with him, changed my phone number. I forgot that I have a work cell, so he started to text that number. He was upset that I changed my number and asked me to call him. I called, but after a heated exchange, he confirmed that we were over. Then the holidays came around. He knew that New Year's Eve was my favorite holiday, so he asked what I was doing. I said I was celebrating. I wasn't celebrating. He said, I think we should be together. So he traveled to my apartment and showed up, but I did not recognize this man. He seemed like he was toying with me, acting obnoxious. I went to bed and we remained apart for the night. Next morning, he left for Jersey. It was painful. He called me from the road and said, are you okay? I said, if you're referring to our lack of content, I could never sleep with you at this point because we're not connected. Another couple of weeks went by. End of January 2019, he sent a text. I just want to be friends. I said, why did you join some bowling league and need you a partner? In other words, I cannot be your friend. I cannot be friends with you. Another couple of weeks went by. February, he texts, Marie, how are you? I never responded. Another text, he says, hi. I never responded. April 2019, he texts, damn, I still miss you. I haven't responded. It's killing me. I still love him. I guess I just need to let this thing die. There is nothing I can reply with that will make him be the man I need. What's the point? I met a really cool bass player at a jam session. He's been texting me every day. Yes, I'm attracted. Yes, we have a lot in common, but I still think of John. I'm in a state of recovery as I just had some major surgery. So I'm just laying back and thinking and learning from my mistakes. I could have handled things differently. I know that I have grown from this, but with guarding my heart next time a little more, I always try to learn from everything that comes through my path. Try to better myself. This has been eye-opening for me. All right, so basically, it's the thing, when you're dealing with somebody and you are going back and forth, y'all in a relationship, whatever, it's very important that each person in the situation communicate exactly what they want and, what they're really about. So I think the problem with this situation is this guy, he wants to be with you, but there are certain things that he may also want in the situation that you may not be okay with or you are not gonna like. So he may be just the type of person who's like, not as expressive emotionally, but it doesn't necessarily mean he's not into you or he doesn't love you or doesn't, have feelings for you. So but you have to understand the type of person he is. And if you want to be with him, you have to accept that he's that type of person. And then on the flip side, he has to be able to know exactly what you want. And then if he wants to be with you, he needs to accept that you're that type of person, right? And then you have to somewhere like meet in the middle. The thing is, if two people are, in a situation and they each express what they want and it can't really work out based off of, you wanting different things than him, he wanting different things than you, then it's just time to move on. You see what I'm saying? So what's happening here is that I feel like there's not necessarily an acceptance of what you want and what he wants, which is why things weren't flowing smoothly when you guys are getting together. You understand? Because he made, like, for example, you said that he was on a site, some dating site looking for other women, and he may not necessarily want to just be exclusive, right? He may want to still be with you, but also be with other women. But that's something y'all would have to have a discussion about. But it's something that's happening in the background. So then when you found out or you just sort of saw it, that means you feel a certain type of way. And then because you feel that way, that sort of impacts how, you're going to respond to him. And then based off how you respond to him, he's probably going to get defensive. And then you're going to go back and forth and do all this other extra crazy stuff. And you said that you guys broke up 5 times, but it seems like I still have some sort of interest in each other because you guys keep sort of interacting with each other. But see, it's never going to be a positive interaction because y'all both aren't honestly telling each other what y'all want. And then on top of that, seeing if that could actually work. So right now, what I would say to you is this, is that you should, at this point, see, like, interact with other guys, like that new guy you're talking about that you're talking to, see what's going to go on with him. Talk to other people. You understand? If, this dude calls you back, if he calls you back and he's trying to see what's up and you actually really want to see what's up, y'all have to have a serious discussion and see if y'all both can get what y'all want in the situation. Because I think the reason why it's not working out is because what you feel you need, he's probably not able to give you. And what he feels he needs, you're probably not able to give him. So you have to have a discussion to see if y'all actually can give each other what y'all need or what y'all want. You see what I'm saying? Until that happens, it's never going to work. You see what I'm saying? It's never going to work. So what that means is he may say to you, hey, I want to be with you, but I might also want to deal with other women. If you're okay with that, honestly, then it could work. If you're not okay with that, it's not going to work. You see what I'm saying? If he says, hey, listen, after sex, I don't really like cuddling and doing all that other shit. If you're okay with that, it'll work. But if you're not okay with that, it's not going to work. You see what I'm saying? So, and vice versa. You may say, hey, I need for you to, cuddle with me and talk with me after we have sex. And if he's okay with that and he's willing to do that, it'll work. But if he's not, it's not going to work. You see what I'm saying? So y'all have to really see if what y'all both want can work in this situation. If it can't, then it's never going to work and you just need to move on. All right? So that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? I say, explore the situations with this new guy, see what can go down. And if he does, if your ex does hit you back, y'all have to sit down and have that conversation if you're really serious about, making things work out in that way. All right. So that's pretty much it. I'm out of here. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.